Hey people, how are you? Nice to see you again. As you probably saw, maybe you didn't, Adobe has released a new update for Camera RAW. For me, this is really exciting for one reason. As a owner of a the R5, as a professional photographer. So basically the update brought a lot of new things, I mean small things, but one is really important, that's the enhance feature. So basically you can enlarge the photo with using the artificial intelligence of the computer. I hate this term, but they use it, so we're gonna call it like that. You can enlarge it, they say like double the size, but it actually 4 times the pixel count. So 20 megapixel file will be 80 megapixels, which is really impressive. So I'm gonna show you now on my computer how the process goes. We will compare some files. I have files from the R6 that I'm currently filming on, the R5 and my Huawei P40 Pro 10 megapixel file, just want to show you what it can do with the mobile shot. I'm gonna go now in the program. Let's start. So I'm using Adobe Bridge. Currently that's the bridge between all the files and Photoshop and all the other programs. Basically I use it to select, sort my folders. I don't use Lightroom, but this feature will come to Lightroom in this year, I presume. So these 3 images, the one shot with the R5, I have in 2 versions. One is RAW, one is JPEG full quality. And this one is the R5 and this is the P40 Huawei. I'm gonna open them, so mark them all, right click, open in Camera RAW. You have to go like that because I have JPEGs, and this is really important, you will see why later. Now you basically go to the image, press the right click and you press enhance. All these images have just the basic editing on them, sharpness, contrast and that stuff. I didn't do anything harsh. Let's press enhance. When you do the enhance, it will show you this menu. You have raw details, which is not possible to turn off when you are doing the super resolution, how they call it. And here it shows the difference between the file. Now you can already probably see, I'm not sure what will YouTube do with the video, the difference also in the color. There is a lot of like green and magenta artifacts happening. I'm gonna press enhance, but the sharpness is much better. Enhance. It said 5 minutes, but it's gonna take few seconds, around 10 per image for the R6 currently. But I'm recording the screen, that will also probably take some of the processing power from the computer. No, it takes a little bit more than 10. Okay, I've done it. This is the file. When I go 100%, you see it goes all the way to the face, and this is 100% of the 20, so it zooms much more into the photo. Okay, now one more thing, for the mobile photo I removed the sharpening, and for the RAW file I had it set to 40, that's the base. For this one I'm gonna pull it down to 25 because it's already a bit sharper because of the whole process of the enhancement. There is also one more thing, you can select multiple images and then just batch enhance all of them. You can see here when you are doing the JPEG enhancement, there is no raw detail, and I'm gonna show you why this is really interesting for me. I need to go here. Here is the difference for the JPEG file, and it does not have the artifacts regarding color shift. I'm not sure if it's the same sharpness as I got from the RAW file, but this is really interesting. We will check that also in Photoshop. Enhance 3 photos. This will last for, I would say, 30 seconds up to 40, because the R5 file is 45 megapixels and at the end it's gonna be 180 megapixels, so that's a huge number. It's gonna be really hard for some computers. That's the reason why I think this is still not a solution for the people that have to work on a lot of photos. This is more for, I would say, commercial photographers, wildlife photographers, and maybe even sport photographers for like only few images where they need to crop really hard. And this will help them to have more details when they are cropping. Also, I see this as an advantage for me because my R6 is my backup camera for R5. I do a lot of commercial stuff, and that will allow me to basically use the R6 without any hesitation, because if I need a lot of pixels, and sometimes I do for the commercial stuff because of the hard editing and a lot of cropping for different formats, this will help me to basically, if something happens to the R5, to use the R6 without fear. Okay, now it is done. I'm gonna select them all, just not the one that was JPEG from the R6 files. I don't need that one inside. And open. This will also take some time because the files are large. For me, the most important thing why I'm really happy because of all this, I lost a hard drive, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. It died on me, like it was in raid and something happened. And I only have from really important photos for me, like personal, from some trips, only have JPEGs that are really small, like 2500 pixels per longer side, and this works really well on them. So now I can even print them if I want. It's gonna enlarge them to 16 megapixels, which is enough for my needs. There is, from my point, also a big problem with these images, because now somebody can steal your image from a website or from like Facebook or something, and enlarge it pretty well and just sell the print, and that's a bit sketchy. Okay, now it managed to import the photos. I'm gonna start with the one that was shot with the P40, the mobile shot. This is the enhanced image. It says here enhanced. It's 40 megapixels, so it's from 10 to 40. And here we go. This is the original file. This is the enhanced one, all the way to 100%. I will enlarge this one to 200 just for you to see the difference in details. And as you can probably see, maybe not because it's YouTube, there is like a big difference in details, especially on the bag and the texture of the how do you say, the material. Yeah, it's insane. One more thing, I will do this. I will just pull this to here to see, for you to see what's the difference in the size. It's like you can put 4 of these inside. If you go 100%, details are almost the same, like and this is much larger. No artifacts. All the artifacts, I will just go to open. All the artifacts were already on the original file. The color shift here, some distortion here. I think that's the mobile phone struggling with details. That is a usual problem when there are like this type of details. Okay, let's go to the R5 file. This is the one that is gonna be also really interesting. This is my dog, Goku. This is the enhanced one. So it is 180 megapixels. Insane. And this is the original file. I chose this one because I think the hair is really good to check the any artifacts or anything, because it's rather hard to enlarge those type of details. And I don't see any here. This file was 125 megapixels. This file was 125 ISO, so it has a lot of details. And yeah, it's amazing how good it works. There is here in the corner, I noticed before, because I was opening these files before this video, the difference in sharpness. Look at all these details and look at the original file. So even if I downsize this one, or it's gonna have more files than the original one. And now the most interesting part, for me at least, the R6 file. So this is the original one, 100%. You can see it's really nice, like sharp. It's the 28 to 72.0 lens. All the details are here, and it is ISO 800. So this is the RAW one, this is the enhancement from the RAW, and this is the enhancement from the JPEG. Now the most interesting thing is, it seems like that if you're enhancing the RAW file, it can get artifacts compared to the JPEG file. As you can see here, not sure because it's YouTube, but there is some color shift in the beard, like green and magenta colors, and also here not so obvious, but there are some, I can see them. But here on the JPEG that was enlarged, although it seems a bit less sharp, I'm gonna do this actually. I'm just gonna overlay the images, so it's gonna be much easier to see the difference. Okay, so the top layer is the JPEG one, the down layer is the RAW one. The JPEG one has slightly less details, I would say, but also it doesn't have color shift. Like it has the RAW enlargement file has some color shift. So my advice would be to just use the JPEGs to enlarge the files that you need. And I'm gonna do one more. Okay, so this is the difference in size. This was the original file, this is the enlarged file, and this is incredibly good. So my advice would be do all the editing, color correction, retouching, finish your photo, export it to TIFF or JPEG highest quality, import it to Bridge, and then from there you can just upload it to Camera RAW. Now, if you open a JPEG and then enlarge that file, you will have less artifacts, slightly less sharpness, but you can add that on the DNG file that it will create. And I think this is incredible, especially for the owners of the R6, the ones that are doing wildlife. They now can just crop the birds or whatever is out of their reach. Also for people that in some cases need more pixels from this camera. A lot of people rarely need more than 20, but in these cases you can just use this. For the owners of the A7S III also, this is incredible. Now they can use that camera actually for everything. The only downside currently is it is rather slow. I presume that it will get faster and faster, but still it's really time consuming for more than, I would say, 20 photos, especially if you're handling like larger files from the start. The M1 that I have in the background, the Mac Mini, is slightly faster doing this than the Intel-based MacBook Pro that I'm using currently for this video, but not that much faster. So maybe the new ARM processors from Apple will do much better work, like the ones that are coming, the professional graded one, I would say. I hope this was interesting for you. I hope it was helpful. For me, it was actually because I was testing with you guys a lot of things that I found out investigating all the possibilities with this sort of, I don't know how to feature. If you liked what I said and you like my content, please subscribe. It means a lot. It will help me to grow, to be more motivated to do this. And also, if you like this video, press the like button. And if you didn't, press the dislike twice. And see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.